Hi, Emily.
Hi.
You're a little frozen. Just give it a second to unfreeze. Getting there. Sorry. Okay, great. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. So, um, do you do you remember what we worked on last time?
I remember we did some reprocessing, but I don't really remember the details.
Sure. Okay. So, well, let's start with this. Did you notice anything come up at all since our last session?
I don't think so, no.
No? Okay. And no dreams, or any like reactivity and some triggers?
Not that I've noticed, no.
Okay, not a problem. So, um, you don't remember the target from last time? Do we say the headline?
Yeah, so
Okay,
if I don't remember, you would literally just say exactly what I jotted down, or like what I said that you jotted down really briefly.
great. So we had um mm, so we were working on the touchstone memory, and this was age 6 gifted program in kindergarten. That ringing a bell?
Yeah.
All right. So when you think about this touchstone memory, is it still disturbing?
Um, a little bit, not much.
A little bit. Okay. Um, were any other associated memories brought up?
No.
No. And were any present triggers more or less active?
I don't think anything really changed with that.
Okay, wonderful. So let's just get started. So when thinking about this memory, age 6 gifted program in kindergarten, what is the image that is the worst part of this memory now?
Um, I don't really have a lot of image to the memory. The one thing that not necessarily it's like the worst part, kind of the only thing I can remember about the memory is like it was me, another kid, and another kid just like sitting in a corner doing our own things because everybody else was on a different curriculum.
Okay, not a problem. Actually, that's actually the same image that you had identified previously too. So sitting in corner. What emotions are you feeling right now?
I feel like I need to look at my emotion wheel that I tell every client to look at. Um, distant. Um, Probably a little anxious. Definitely like I remember like thinking about it makes me anxious, but I remember feeling stressed at that time.
Are you feeling stressed right now?
In thinking about that image.
Well, it I'm just asking your emotions that you're feeling now. I mean, it can be in relation, yeah, I guess it could be relation to the memory.
Yeah.
Oh,
In relation to the memory, not really stressed now, no. Just maybe a little anxious.
and on a scale 0 to 10, how disturbing does that feel to you now? 0 being neutral or no disturbance, and then 10 being the highest disturbance you can imagine.
Um, Probably like a 1.5.
Very nice. All right. And then let me ask you real quick, would you like to continue with eye movement or do you want to switch to the tapping or anything else?
Let's do eye movement.
Movement. Now, sorry. Okay. I want you to bring up that memory. Notice where you feel that disturbance in your body, and then follow my fingers. And what are you noticing now?
I was wondering if there was any way that you could like position where your fingers don't go behind the window because it flashes each time. Yeah, that would be a lot better.
Sure, sure. All
Thank
right.
you.
No problem. All right. Go with that. What are you noticing now?
So I was thinking about how like in that moment I remember feeling really special, but like that was the case because I was kept being told like that was special. And I was thinking like, well, that's probably why I don't feel special today. Just the classic like gifted child syndrome. Yeah, but then I started thinking about my therapy session yesterday with my therapist and how I probably have OCDP. And I was like, maybe that started in the gifted children program. So that was me diving back into therapy from yesterday.
No, for sure, for sure. That's great. All right, let's go with that. What do you notice now?
I was just thinking that like constantly being busy and having things like super organized was what I always viewed as success since I was little. I mean, my mother definitely has a variant of OCD. And obviously, we've talked about like the go, go, go mentality. So just thinking about how that applies to my self view now.
Right, right. Just go with that. And what are you noticing that now?
I was wondering if those things are actually connected because, like, logically they look really connected, but they don't feel very connected.
Hmm. Kind of interesting. Let's go with that. What are you noticing now?
was just thinking how that may be a more like genetic rather than, I mean, obviously I'm not going to pretend like environment doesn't play a role in that, but like the genetic aspect of that and like that being embodied by me, or not by me, but for me as a kid for so long.
With, no, I'm sorry. Okay, let's go with that. What are you noticing now?
I was thinking about how studying for this exam, so much of the shit that she was saying just felt very wrong to me. But I was studying for this exam, and this video was like talking about OCDP or OCPD, and she literally used the term anal. And I was like, you know what? I get that. But how do I balance being anal and feeling put together at the same time? So that's where I was at there. So.
Okay, okay, all right. Let's go with that. And what are you noticing now?
I was just thinking, like, I wonder if it's always been this, like, bad. Because my therapist was asking me that. And, like, I can't remember a time where organization wasn't, like, incredibly important. And I realized maybe only in my adult years was that a choice. Like, it was not really an option. I mean, I was, like, pretty much abused if it wasn't.
Mhm.
So just thinking about how that has always been non-optional.
Okay, let's go with that. And what are you noticing now?
I was thinking about how I recognize that organization does not equal productivity, but like in my head, even though logically I know that's not true, it does. And like if I walked into somebody's house that was like incredibly messy and disorganized, I would never be friends with that person. And I feel pretty guilty of that one.
Hey, it's what you're noticing. All right, let's go with that. What are you noticing now?
I was just thinking about how I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable though.
Okay. Um, when you go back to the original memory, what are you noticing now?
I just think about like the little kid sitting in the corner thinking she was doing good.
Okay. Let's go with that. What are you noticing now?
I don't know, I was just kind of sitting ruminating on that like I had positive reinforcement for that. So I thought that that was like something really good.
Right. Okay. Go with that. Sorry. What are you noticing now?
I was thinking about how, like, while these areas were like harmful to some degree, like, it's like walking a tightrope because it's like they were harmful because now I obsess over the silliest things, but I can't imagine like being here where I'm at today without the structure that my parents provided. And so it's like trying to balance both of the two things being true at once.
Okay. Let's go with that. What are you noticing now?
I don't know if this is like my ADHD, just really trying to stay focused, but also jumping around on everything on the topic. But I was thinking about how my best friend, she lives really close to my mom, and she says whenever she ends up going to my mother's house, she feels like it's like a model home. And I literally like say that my mom's house feels like a model home. There's nothing out of place. Everything is meticulously decorated, but not overdone. Everything's very expensive artwork. Everything is so particular. And I mean, I even feel uncomfortable in her house. Like I literally will like get on my hands and knees sweeping up the dirt off the floor if I find anything, because I'm like, oh my God, you know, one time she yelled at me for using the oven to make cookies one night, and they were prepackaged cookies. They weren't making a mess, you know? What's the point of this? Oh, and I was thinking, I was like, well, I want my house to feel organized, but also homey at the same time. And I want people to feel comfortable, but also feel very clean and organized at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like comfortable organized. So again, walking that little tightrope.
All right. Let's go with that. And what are you noticing now?
It's just that it takes a lot of brain power and it's tiresome. By that I mean like thinking about the small things that like I tried to get this example to my therapist the other day. I'm like, most people when they shut a drawer, I don't think about it. Drawer shut. I will think about like, you know those liners for the drawers that you can put in? I cut them wrong. I've been trying to challenge myself by not just throwing them out. Just letting them have like an inch gap and it's okay. I fucking hate it. And it's like always running in the back of my brain.
Mm.
Like it'll pop up. I mean, not like always constantly being there, but like it's a narrative that'll come up like regularly. Even to the point where my boyfriend's like, I don't know how your brain works, because I'll just say the most random shit at the random time. But to me, I've been thinking about it and it's there all the time. And it's just really tiresome.
Mm. Yeah. Sounds like it. Let's go with that. And what are you noticing now?
I was thinking about it. I was asking myself, was that little girl, like the little version of me, that tired? And then I just remembered how I could never like go to sleep, and like I had extreme like sleep anxiety. So I don't know if I was like tired, but like I would get incredible anxiety around falling asleep and like would never sleep when people slept. Like nap time in kindergarten, no. I pretended to sleep once because the teacher was worried about me.
Let's go with that. What are you noticing now?
That I was like a very troubled kindergartner. My mother texted me yesterday. It was so random, but we were talking about my dog, his new jacket. He won't like pee in. Like he won't pee when his jacket's on. I don't know. And so she made a comment through text message. She goes, yeah. She was like, yeah, like you in kindergarten, you wouldn't pee all day long because you had to share a bathroom with the boys, and you said that was gross. And I remember like I would have to pee so bad, like I'd be in so much pain, and my anxiety was so bad I could not use that bathroom. Like I could not use
Wow.
that bathroom. And so I'm just like now thinking about the multitude of concerns I had as a kid and nobody did anything.
Um, let's go with that. What are you noticing now?
I was thinking about like the narrative that old people always say to little kids, oh, you're so mature for your age. How it's just a sign of trauma.
Go with that. And what are you noticing now?
It's a lot to explain to how I got to this point, but the narrative, when will I, or when will it be enough? When will it feel like enough?
Let's go with that. And what are you noticing now?
I was thinking about how my anxiety and my perceived fear of lack of safety was completely like ignored because I was gifted, and that was enough for them. But that's like enough for me now. That's fucked for a little kid.
Let's go with that. And what are you noticing now?
I was thinking, I'm so tired, I'm sorry. I
Okay.
was thinking about how and I've had this thought for several years, probably since college, that a lot of my childhood doesn't line up. Ever since like I have memories, they don't line up. Like my
Ever since you had your what?
like I had memory. Like ever since I
Oh,
have memories, they just don't line up. And like I've always suspected that there was like early childhood trauma there, like sexual trauma. And it's just like once again getting to this point where there is no answer for behaviors that just made no sense, and like not knowing how once again to sit with that in the fact that I have to be okay and not knowing.
let's go with that. And what are you noticing now?
Kind of anger. I feel like fucked up saying this because obviously I don't really want to remember, but almost feeling like upset with people who do have memories that they like can conceptualize and point toward, and feeling like how do I hold space for behaviors that like don't have an explanation? And that doesn't, I get angry over that because it doesn't make sense.
Go with that. And what do you notice now?
I was thinking about how I'm a kind of person that doesn't like to say unless I hold all the facts. And for example, like literally my therapist, me, who is a therapist, everybody knows I have ADHD. I refuse in very specific situations when I say I have ADHD. And it took me years to even say that after knowing that I probably did, because I don't have like a full psychological evaluation. Why do I need a full psychological, not even just like, not just testing, a full psychological evaluation to feel comfortable saying that I have something? And like I still really struggle and grapple with that. And why do I feel like I need such extensive proof? And that is exactly what's getting in the way of this. Is there's no fucking proof of anything. I don't even know the proof for the symptomology, and that's literally it. And if there's no proof, then I can't point and say that thing actually happened. So then I internalize, and I'm like, well, then it must be me. If there's no actual,
Mm,
then it's me.
right, let's go with that. What do you notice now?
Just thinking about how, like, once again, that judgment's ridiculous because that actually makes no sense. Because literally the only person in my household that was a male was my father. And before kindergarten, I remembered vividly knowing what male anatomy looks like. How? I don't know. So, like, that judgment is absolutely insane. Like, that makes literally no sense because there's no way. And my family was not the type. My family. Do you remember when we were old and they are like old enough and they gave us like the book? You remember that the joke? Have you ever seen the book? It's like the little like puberty book, and that was like all you ever learned about your female body, and that was it. That was my type of family. Like you got a book, you didn't read the book, shit, you don't know where the tampon goes. Good luck, you know. That was my family. So, like, there's no reason I would have known what male anatomy looked like. No reason.
Interesting. Let's go with that. What are you noticing now?
Um, I think I feel a lot of guilt because, I mean, obviously this is what we're doing here, but there's also guilt in that because this is also not really what we're doing here. And so feeling like maybe this isn't the space to have that.
Let's go with that. And what are you noticing now?
I went down a rabbit hole and I was thinking about how even when I was little, I was really good at like hiding my emotions. And I just wonder where I learned that I needed to do that.
Mm. Let's go with that. And what are you noticing now?
I had a different image. And I don't even think we talked about this image, but it's worth bringing up. I just thought about, I was reading this series and like, I had to be like first or second grade. And they used to make me walk to the library by myself, go pick out a book, and then you come back. And the only book left in the series was the biggest book in the series, like the thickest book. And I was so scared to read it because it wasn't chronological. And I couldn't find any other book in the library because I was panicking, and my anxiety always makes this happen that I panic and I can't choose anything. But I had to choose something because people were expecting me to choose something. So then I had to check out the biggest book, and I started crying on the way back from the library. And some teachers stopped me and asked what was wrong, and I lied, said like nothing was wrong. I can't get that image out of my head.
Image of you crying?
And holding the book in the hallway and the random lady asking what was wrong and me finding a way to lie my way out of it. Even though like it was so obvious there was nothing in my eye. I remember I said nothing was in my eye.
All right, let's go with that. Right. I'm trying to like position myself in a way that it's is this still fine? Okay. All right. Let's go with that. Right. What are you noticing now?
Um, I'm noticing like myself shutting down and kind of wanting to be done. And I don't know if that's something that we can honor, but I'm just feeling like exhausted from this.
Sure. And actually, we are almost out of time, so we do need to stop. Um, you did some really, really good work, and I really appreciate the effort. I definitely noticed, allowing yourself to go down that rabbit hole and be vulnerable. Appreciate it. What feels like the most important thing that you've learned about yourself today? Oh, sorry. No, that's wrong.
Okay.
Okay. The processing we've done today may continue after the session. You may or may not notice new insights, thoughts, memories, or dreams. If so, just notice what you are experiencing. And if you wish, you can record it on the Memories and Lies log. Use the resources we have worked on to help manage any disturbance, and we can work on this material next time. If it's necessary, you have my phone number and you can call me if you need me.
Okay.
Supposed to practice a resource, right?
Yes. Can we do a little one?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me, I would like to invite you to just, sorry, I'd like to invite you to practice a resource. I'm going to find a short one for you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry about.
oh, you're fine. I was talking to my dog, not you. You good boy? Daddy will be home soon. Yeah. Yeah. Excited? Well, not yet. In like 15 minutes. Oh, they're all coming in.
I cannot find my short ones.
Oh, continue.
Okay, I got it. I got one. All
Oh.
right. My apologies for that. So like I said, I'd like to invite you to practice a mindfulness exercise. So first, I would like you to take a deep, full breath in and a long, slow exhale, allowing your eyes to gently close or having a soft gaze. Another nice big breath in and long, slow exhale so that you can begin to feel the body release. One more deep, long inhale. And on the exhale, allowing yourself to fully arrive into this body, into the moment, and into this breath. Now letting go of any control of the breath and simply allowing yourself to be here. Letting be all the effort it has taken to bring you here now. Letting be all the thoughts, pressures of what is yet to come, and giving yourself the gift of this moment, this time together. As you are ready to take a moment to turn inward and notice, asking yourself, how am I now? How am I holding my day so far in my body? Labeling for yourself in 1 or 2 words what is here for you now, whether it be tension, excitement, anxiety, numbness, readiness, whatever it may be, simply noticed it with an attitude of curiosity and kindness. Now taking a fuller, deeper breath. Inhale and exhale slowly. And when you're ready, allow yourself to come back and refocus yourself together.
I really like that one. Woodford! Stop eating the cat food!
Hate that.
Right
I
out
hate
of that
that.
shit. Go to your bed. What the hell? We don't eat cat food. Yeah, look guilty as sin.
All right, Emily, you did some great work. I appreciate the effort, and I will be meeting with you next week, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
What the hell?